PARAM is a series of supercomputers designed and assembled by the Centre for Development of Advanced Computing in Pune, India. The latest machine in the series is the PARAM Yuva 2. Param means supreme in Sanskrit. History: after being denied Cray supercomputers as a result of a technology embargo, India started a program to develop indigenous supercomputers and supercomputing technologies. Supercomputers were considered a double-edged weapon capable of assisting in the development of nuclear weapons. For the purpose of achieving self-sufficiency in the field, the Centre for Development of Advanced Computing was set up in 1988 by the then Department of Electronics with Dr. Vijay Bhatkar as its director. The project was given an initial run of 3 years and an initial funding of to the first 300 million, the same amount of money and time that was usually expended to purchase a supercomputer from the US. In 1990, a prototype was produced and was benchmarked at the 1990 Zurich Supercomputing Show. It surpassed most other systems, placing India second after US. The final result of the effort was the PARAM 8000, which was installed in 1991. It is considered India's first supercomputer. Timeline: PARAM series PARAM 8000 unveiled in 1991. PARAM 8000 used InMOS T800 transputers. Transputers were a fairly new and innovative microprocessor architecture designed for parallel processing at the time. It was a distributed memory MIMD architecture with a reconfigurable interconnection network. It had 64 CPUs. PARAM 8600 PARAM 8600 was an improvement over PARAM 8000. It was a 256 CPU computer. For every 4 InMOS T800, it employed an Intel i860 coprocessor. The result was over 5 GFLOPS at peak for vector processing. Several of these models were exported. PARAM 9900/SS PARAM 9900/SS was designed to be a MPP system. It used the Super Spark 2 processor. The design was changed to be modular so that newer processors could be easily accommodated. Typically, it used 32 to 40 processors. But, it could be scaled up to 200 CPUs using the closed network topology. PARAM 9900/US was the Ultra Spark variant and PARAM 9900/AA was the DEC Alpha variant. PARAM 10000 In 1998, the PARAM 10000 was unveiled. PARAM 10000 used several independent nodes, each based on the Sun Enterprise 250 server, and each such server contained two 400 MHz Ultra Spark 2 processors. The base configuration had 3 compute nodes and a server node. The peak speed of this base system was 6.4 GFLOPS. A typical system would contain 160 CPUs and be capable of 100 GFLOPS, but it was easily scalable to the TFLOP range. PARAM Padma PARAM Padma was introduced in April 2003. It had a peak speed of 1024 GFLOPS and a peak storage of 1 TB. It used 248 IBM Power 4 CPUs of 1 GHz each. The operating system was IBM AIX 5.1L. It used ParamNet 2 as its primary interconnect. It was the first Indian supercomputer to break the 1 TFLOP barrier. PARAM Yuva PARAM Yuva was unveiled in November 2008. It has a maximum sustainable speed of 38.1 TFLOPS and a peak speed of 54 TFLOPS. There are 4608 cores in it, based on Intel 7320 of 2.9 GHz each. It has a storage capacity of 25 TB up to 200 TB. It uses ParamNet 3 as its primary interconnect. Further developments: in July 2009, it was announced that CDAC was developing a new high-speed PARAM. It was expected to be unveiled by 2012 and was expected to break the 1 petaflops barrier. In November 2014 it was reported that India is working on the fastest supercomputer ever, which is set to work at 132 exaflops per second. Param Yuva 2 Param Yuva 2 was made by Center for Development of Advanced Computing in a period of 3 months, at a cost of to the first 16 crore, and was unveiled on February 8, 2013. It performs at a peak of 524 teraflops and consumes 35% less energy as compared to Param Yuva. It delivers sustained performance of 360.8 teraflops on the community standard LINPACK benchmark, and would have been ranked 62 in the November 2012 ranking list of top 500. In terms of power efficiency, it would have been ranked 33rd in the November 2012 list of top green 500 supercomputers of the world. It is the first Indian supercomputer achieving more than 500 teraflops. Param Yuva 2 will be used for research in space, bioinformatics, weather forecasting, seismic data analysis, aeronautical engineering, scientific data processing and pharmaceutical development. Educational institutes like the Indian Institutes of Technology and National Institutes of Technology can be linked to the computer through the National Knowledge Network. This computer is a stepping stone towards building the future petaflop-range supercomputers in India. Paramnet is a high-speed, high-bandwidth, low-latency network developed for the Param series. The original Paramnet used an 8-port cascadable non-blocking switch developed by CDAC. Each port provided 400 megabytes per second in both directions as it was a full duplex network. It was first used in Param 10000. Paramnet 2, introduced with Param Padma, is capable of 2.5 gigabytes per second while working full duplex. It supports interfaces like virtual interface architecture and active messages. It uses 8 or 16 ports and switches. The grid computing network Garuda is also based on it. Operators: Param supercomputers are used by both public and private operators for various purposes. As of 2008, 52 Params have been deployed. Of these, 8 are located in Russia, Singapore, Germany and Canada. Params have also been sold to Tanzania, Armenia, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Ghana, Myanmar, Nepal, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Vietnam. See also, SAGA 220, a 220 teraflop supercomputer built by ISRO, EKA, Wipro Supernova, Supercomputing in India. References. External links: Param Padma information page from CDAC website.